And that's one of the reasons why I don't give to the competition. I cannot really offer 1, 2, 3, 4 donding. We have already 2 on the shop, and make 6. And then maybe I have also 1 or 2 old one. I cannot have 10 donding. I mean, I could, but it's just too much. Second chapter with traditional donding. And when I say traditional, I really mean so. These 2 donding are made completely by hand, processed completely by hand in the wok. And also the type of rolling is the ancient one. So it's not the very tightly rolled balls, but it is just slightly rolled, a little bit open. As you hopefully have seen, the leaves are dark, but there is also a little bit of greenish that is visible. So certainly the level of roasting is not too extreme. You can barely smell the roasting actually. This is 2024 spring, so this year. It's interesting because although it is extremely fresh, it doesn't smell as such. So maybe because of the way it has been processed. Not in a negative way. It's not that it smells old. It's just not fresh. There is a certain level of deepness. I was really lucky in finding them. They don't allow any recording. They are very careful in protecting their image. They justified as problems with copyright, problem with other farmers copying them. It's hard to understand already just because it's Chinese, and on top of that is of course even harder to understand when they don't want you to understand. Very light color, yeah, rather yellowish. And also the leaves actually share that very dark green that I've seen in the second tea I had today, although less homogeneously. There are more shades in here than in the one we had before. Very natural. It's not excessively aromatic. It's not excessively roasted. It's very comfortable. Just like the perfect cup, in the sense that the perfect circle. Think at a circle and something that is close to it. If you get close to a circle, maybe the shape here and there is slightly different. Maybe it's a little bit sugary, it's a bit floral, is roasted or very roasted. This is just round. Also the mouth feel is very smooth. It just goes from one side to the other. It flows very, very nicely. No bitterness, no astringency, no sourness, nothing of all that. The first tea I had today, the most green here, I mentioned it has some complexity and it was a little bit, I said it has a thick body, some heft, because it was a tiny bit bitter. Maybe bitter is too much, but there was something there and was not as smooth as this one here. Although on the other side is not everyone's cup of tea, because when you bring all these roundness, softness, nearly perfection in a way together, it might result boring to someone. I don't know, maybe someone really wants and enjoy that body, that heft, or that strength in the roasting, or that sweetness, that florality, aromatic, and so on. And here you have a little bit of everything with nothing dominating. It's like they made really good job in fine-tuning everything to result in a very balanced taste. I'm not sure how much should I push this brew. On one side, do I want it to remain on the light side, or I want to get out some strength out of it? Started raining before, now it stopped. The color is changing. Sweet. Now it's no more. It's no more that round. Now there is this sweetness on one side. That's how the leaves look like. Seems to be a little bit like leather, not so soft. I haven't touched them, but they look a little bit stiffer. I mean, it probably doesn't have all the strength that many are expecting from Donding. By the way, I mentioned that this tea, I don't think they participate even in the competition here. They didn't mention the competition, they don't care about that, they are way over and beyond. I spoke before about the competition and mentioned that there are two of them, one in spring, one in summer. And then I also started asking around, yeah, but how is it possible that everyone wins the first prize, the second prize, and the third prize? Instead of asking how it's possible, I asked the question the other way around. I asked them, how many people get to first, second, and third position? Now you wonder, if there is a first place, there is only one person. If there is a second place, there is just one person that gets the second spot. But since I see too many Howards around, then I just, ask them how many, pretending I know is more than one. And the answer was very clear, actually, very clear. I like this tea. I don't know how many would like this tea. Sometimes it's hard to really, think for the shop and not only for myself. Everyone has his own taste, and I would like really that everyone can get the tea they like. I really like this one. It's like a shy tea that has a lot to show. I cannot drink too much of it because I have a few other teas, and like when you go in a fine dining restaurant and there are 7, 8, 10 courses, you cannot really get full with the first 2 or 3, right? Otherwise you will not enjoy the later dishes, no matter how good they are. Alright, while this brew a little bit longer, I'm gonna open the next one. It's 2023 from the same producer. He looks like more than 80 years old, actually. Very small man, I guess 150, yeah, 1 meter 50, maybe even no less, I don't know, it was very, very small and tiny. He had super fun actually. It was more the wife of his son that was very protective and very afraid of taking any picture. It felt like he doesn't care at all. But of course, you know, the next generation is the one that really cares about the future in the business. He didn't give me a lot of tea, you know, free samples, so whatever, but usually here people tend to be more generous. They have mini batches, micro batches. They don't produce a lot of tea and they pay a lot of attention in, you know. So here we go with the 2023 winter harvest. Also this one fairly green, which is the way it was done. It's not as green as new high mountain tea or so, but it is greener than an extremely dark roasted donding that is done nowadays. And yes, I know this video is a little bit slow pace, but that's the way you want really to drink tea, just enjoying it when you are there in front of the camera and you have to push the pace. It's not good, and here it's important decision I have to make, so sorry about that. Wow, sweet honey. In the third brew I get even more than I got in the second. A shy honey liquor, getting thicker in the third brew. Wow, really nice. I won't drop this away. Again, this feeling of tea that is not fresh, although it is less than 6 months old, this one. A tea like this will be like my evening tea. After the meal, before going to bed, or while I'm doing some work. Kind of low speed. Let's warm it up again, the water. Yes, so I was telling about the competition, and I asked how many get the first, the second and the third, and the answer was very clear. It was the first pot is given to 2% of the participants, or actually of the teas. The second one to 5%, and the third one to 8%. It means that on the podium, in either first, second or third position, 15% of the participants go. Now, add to that the fact that in a way or another, maybe one family, one producer can get more than one tea participating. Then get on top of that there are 2 competitions every year, and every year the competition are being repeated. Then add on top of that that maybe your family has some ways to do a little bit of lobbying, and add on top of that that not every competition and every year is won by the same teas, and you quickly realize that if you are a local, you know a few people, you keep on participating, is quite likely that sooner or later you get on the podium. And that's one of the reasons why I don't give to the competition. This is sweeter. I'm comparing the smell of the first before with this. I'm eager to try. In many teas like Ansi Taiwan, you have more sweetness in the winter harvest. I wonder if also here is the case, although sometimes it's not, a difference between first and second harvest, it's just a different batch. Oh. Blind, I would think at a traditional Annecy Taiwan. Oh. This, I don't want to say it. Let's say it like that. This smells even better than the previous one. About the taste, we will see it in a moment. Wow. It's really good. Test color. First brew. Well oxidized, even without opening up the leaves. I see quite a few brown spots. The color is different. It's lighter in a way, that's also all messed up here. So, with respect to the previous one, it's just more aromatic. There is also some woody note in it, more sweetness. So, thinking about that circle, we are departing here in a positive way, but it really depends on what you're up for. Like, this is no more my evening tea. There is a little bit too much in it. It is more for me an afternoon tea, just to my taste. Oh, it's good. Jesus, it's not that I really made up my mind about what to buy here. Like, these two are all both interesting for different reasons. This one here had a good level of roasting, not excessively so. The charcoal roasting was there. The first one is not the tea I would really go for, just because it's not the characteristic donding. But if they are up for baking a portion of it, and we can offer on the website the same identical tea, bake it once and twice, that would be interesting. Oh my god, what should I do? And I have two more. One thing I could do, some of them just a smaller batch for a private collection and the Discord. I cannot really offer 1, 2, 3, 4 donding. We have already 2 on the shop, and make 6. And then maybe I have also 1 or 2 old one. I cannot have 10 donding. I could, but it's just too much. And if I double this up, I get even more. I'm thinking out loud. I even don't know the pricing, so it's really difficult, and I don't know really what I will get. So we have pushed now the second brew, because today I couldn't really spot any really defects in those teas. Wow, so sweet. It's addictive. One idea, just reserving these in 2 batches if it's possible for a Discord tea class and just for Discord friends. You can join the Discord, there is a link in the description below. This could be a traditional higher roasting without reaching too far high at a level where the roasting is just overwhelming and covering everything. And this is, we say, the baked ones, but on the only charcoal. And these two, they are super expensive, and maybe I get both, I don't know. I certainly get both for me, but I have an idea. Nothing to do with the selection, but I really want to do this with you. Now we drop this. I take back the reference tea that I tried this morning, right? Now that I have all this tea very well in my head, and we see what's my feeling about this tea. Because I remember what my feeling was this morning with a different water. So now I have exactly the same water. And the story is getting longer, but this is what I want to do. And I actually... you want to see it? I will reveal what is this tea as my reference on the Discord to those that will ask it to me. I cannot say in front of the camera for reasons that I cannot say. And it's not because I don't want, it's just that I cannot. Also, this is dark, but not extremely dark. And this is a good reference donding. It's not at the level of that donding that I had back 10 years ago that blew up my mind and my senses. But it has a lot of connection with that one. The roasting is a little bit more present, although more present of what? I've tried so much. Yes, this I think will give me additional information to make a final decision, and for the two old tea, 20 years old donding, I'll dedicate to those a separate video. Also because honestly, my battery is certainly running down. Let's have a look if actually it is still recording. It is, but I don't know how long, and so I will do another video on that, also because after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different donding, I cannot have two 20 years old tea and really truly enjoy them. I will need a little break. In that break, my senses will recover, I can get some work done, and I can recharge my phone. Very light, eh? It stayed in the Gaiwan a little bit. Did I wash it already? I think I did. And yeah, that speaks by itself actually. It is more in the direction, well, this was a little bit darker, maybe this one here. The picture smells good, less sweet. So I left to push it a little bit because the first brew was a little bit light and doesn't help me much. The other day today I brewed them actually not too long, and I don't know, there was a little bit more into the cup. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I wonder how many people will actually watch the whole video here. So long. It's interesting because I felt certainly more roasting in this one, the second one I had, and probably also in later brews of these two, second and third. If this is the reference, I should buy them all. Except this one here. Just because this is green and you cannot compare it. It's like, you know, it's like, it's a good tea, but it's almost like there is something lacking, something missing, something not there. A tiny bit of astringency, which is good, actually. I like when we have a little bit a dry taste. Well, this bowl is full. I think I will leave you with these thoughts, and I will have to leave sometimes. I don't have much time because I have to place the order tonight, actually. You know, once I'm in a place, I've tasted everything I had to taste. I walked probably 20 kilometers up and down everywhere here and around. I've seen enough. I want to move on. That's the way I travel. I don't like to wait too much. If I'm done, if I have explored, I want to explore more. All right, really last sip in front of the camera. Tiny bit of sweetness, but remains flat. All right, guys, hope you have enjoyed, although I don't know how many of you are still there, and I don't know how many of you have enjoyed this thing as much as I did, but you know, that's the real thing. It takes some time. The real world is slower than YouTube. I'll see you next time.